So sadly today we lost the chicken. Um, we weren't able to debound her egg, or however you'd say that. Um, it's hard. It's hard. She was one of my laying hens, so that doesn't just mean a life lost for her. Those are eggs lost for us. Uh, she did have a good life. For those of you who want to know, we know for a fact because her beak was clipped where we got her. So she was originally, I think, at a major chicken manufacturing farm uh, that has a very similar name to the boxer Mike. You know the last name. Anyways, so she started off her life for the first 4 or 5 years in I think it's a 10 by 12 foot by 10 inches tall box that she was in the whole time. That's where she lived. That was it. Basically, to keep PETA off their backs, they have to have them stand up, be able to turn around, and be able to lay. And there's a little chute below them that the eggs go through, and they are on a conveyor belt. You can look the whole thing up on YouTube. It's a horrible, horrible thing. They slow down on laying, so the companies get rid of these birds to local farmers and homesteaders like myself, my wife, or my in-laws, which is where we got that chicken from originally. But they do that after about 4 or 5 years, from what I understand. So it's not easy. It's not easy. I always talk about killing things and dispatching things and all of that. It's not an easy thing to take a life. A fly, a flea, a tick, that's different, in my opinion, because they're out to harm you. They don't know it, but it does. They carry diseases and they can kill you. So to me, that's one thing. But chickens and deer, fish, I love them. I love to eat them. I have never liked spilling their blood on my hands. Not one time have I. It's not my dig. If it's yours, I suggest you go get some counseling. There's a place online called BetterHelp.com, and from what I understand, they're quite affordable as well as good. And if you don't like your therapist, you can change it anytime. I am not sponsored, but if I do get sponsored, I need some therapy more than likely. Not because I like killing things, because I don't. But hey, little messed up in the crankshaft there. But anyway, yeah. She did, however, have a wonderful life with us. So she lived out her first 4 to 5 years out on that big chicken manufacturer's farm. And then she finished out her life, the last 4 years of her life. I think she did a year and a half at my in-laws, which they have a huge, huge coop, 20-something acres of land. They're just killing it out there. They're doing a great job figuring it out as they go along. So she had her time there, and then she came out here to the old homestead. And as y'all know, our animals don't want or need for anything. They're well taken care of. So, yeah, that being said, she lived a good life. She got to free range for her last days. In fact, the last night of her life, I'll tell you, she got 3 baths of steaming water, and that's the short that I put on there last night. She was falling asleep in the sink. She was alive this morning when we put her over there, but when we got home today, she was gone. So, it is what it is. But yeah, she didn't make it, guys. YouTube fam, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but sometimes with livestock comes dead stock. That's the 3rd chicken we've lost to natural causes in 5 years. So, not a bad record, but man, I still hate losing any animal. On the upside, though, she got a good Viking burial, because don't you know that right there, that's about, I would say, a 10-foot diameter circle, and it was about this tall, I think, when we started it. So she had a funeral pyre that she was on top of, and that flame, I think, got up to 8 to 10 feet tall. It was in control, but it singed my eyebrows. Let's just put it that way. So she went out, but she went out like a Viking, and that's what counts. So I would like to thank that chickens for its service, the KonMari way. And yeah, that's the way of it. I'm going to put her as the thumbnail in this in her honor, because y'all might sit here and say, "Oh, Kevin, you're silly over there on the homestead. You're just being stupid and foolish. You know, it's just a bird." Well, you know what? Here's the deal. The way I was raised is if somebody feeds you, they're keeping you alive. So you ought to thank them for that. Whether it's a person getting the groceries for you, a food bank giving you the groceries, or an animal like that made the groceries, in that case, eggs. In my duck's case, I thank them for their sacrifice. Always, always thank that which you take the life from, because a life is a very precious thing. I don't care who you are, even if you think, wild ducks, they're horrible, they're foul, or peacocks, or what have you. Everything in this world has a purpose. Do not take life for granted. That bird, I hope I go out that peacefully, to be honest with you. I do. But I hope it's many, many, many years from now. YouTube fam, till next time, I love y'all. Also, I want to show y'all some new additions. We got these today. Oh, yeah. And in the back, go ahead and let's see if I can block that out. So that's the license plate. Got a big one in the back of the old Silverado there. So 4 of these, plus the big one, don't you know that's going to be a beautiful umbrella table. Yes, it will be. Yes, it will be. I'll show you all that later on. All right. Love y'all. Have a good one. Bye.